time again here in Sumter, South Carolina, and I am going to go fishing. My normal spot I got kicked out of the other day, so I'm gonna have to find out some new place to fish. Hopefully, I think I've located one, and I've been to it before. It's just I haven't had too much luck after I pulled a 6-pounder. Yes, you hear me, a 6-pounder out of this little creek. And I'll actually show you a picture of that. In my uniform, I'm actually wearing the same blue shirt I was wearing that day I caught him. I hammered him a little warmer. It's the only fish I've caught in this little creek. Needless to say, I missed him the first day I was out there, so I went out there the second day thinking there was a little fish there, and there was actually a big fish there. I talked to a guy who fishes out there. I ran into one time and I was fishing beside him. He said there is more fish out here, so we will see. What I'm going to start off throwing is I'm going to start off with the X-Wrap Rapala. Hopefully I can stir up a bite with that, and hopefully maybe get a fish out there. If not, then I will switch up to a finesse type bait and go to like the baby brush hog, Texas rig, 1/4 ounce or something like that, my go-to. But I'll keep y'all informed as I'm going if I catch anything, but stay tuned. Alright, so when I first started fishing out here in Sumter, this is the first creek I actually discovered. I know it sounds crazy, but like I was saying, I did hook pretty decent bass up in here. I hooked them twice. Interesting story. Hooked them one day on a Monday, and I came back about 3 months later and hooked him again under the bridge right over there in the dead of summertime. So the second time I hooked him, I kept it. Just because I'm pretty sure he's eating all the fish in here. And he was a big old boy. And B, somebody at work wanted the fish. So I told him if I caught one, that I would bring him a fish. I guess they just didn't expect it to be that fish. Hell, I didn't expect it to be that fish. True story though, you never know. Like I said, today I'm going to start out throwing the Rapala X-Wrap. Let's see if I can't get them chasing some bait. As you can see, I'm tying on a Texas rig. And for you out there that don't know anything about a Texas rig, all it is a bullet weight. I prefer 1/4 ounce mostly. That's just my preference. You can use whatever you want to. As far as feel wise for you, 1/4 ounce just works great for me. As far as overall baits, I can tie on any bait with that, and I feel like I got the proper amount of fall and give it the correct presentation in most cases. Plus it gives me enough weight to feel like I can cast. Alright, now, most important thing when you're switching up baits, always make sure you're loaded back up on your spool correctly and everything's set like it should be. Because you don't want it bird nesting on you on your first cast. I don't care where you are, what situation you're in, you cannot go wrong with a baby brush hog. I like to use a watermelon candy color just because that color is going to mimic the color of the water, particularly because most bait fish, bait creature, crustaceans like that, they try to mimic their environment, so they're not eaten real easily, and they can kind of blend in with their natural setting. So let's see if we can't go back and catch this fish. I want him. I want him. Got one. Yes, sir. Oh, it's a... What in the world is that? Alright, this is like a brim that I have never seen before in my life. He is humongous. If you see that or not. Wow! On the brush hog. Who would have thought? That's the first brim I've ever caught on a brush hog. Holy moly. So that's what was over there hitting it a little bit. But there's a big old bass over here somewhere too. So let's find him. Well, caught a fish. This wasn't the species we were looking for. It's like a brim looking mixed with a bass. He looked kind of weird. I've never seen a brim look like that. A mouth that big. Anyway, I did hook into something interesting beside that bridge piling. I know the fish that I caught that was 6 pounds was a male, and I just figured he was a big old fish in there just eating everything. But I could have been wrong. He could have been the small one, and the female that's still living in there could have been a little bigger. Because whatever I missed felt like it had some weight on it. I ain't saying it's bigger than 6 pounds or anything like that, because it's hard to judge a fish when you hook into them. But it wasn't no small fish. It wasn't no dink, I can tell you that. So we will try to pursue him maybe here over the next couple of days. See if we can get, her to maybe bite if I'm thinking if what I'm thinking is true. Well, yeah, thanks for watching. Glad I actually caught some sort of fish today, so I could put that on camera so y'all can actually see me catching a fish on camera. There for a while, I wasn't catching no fish. I forgot what it's like to catch a fish. So, and in 30, 45 minutes that I do fish on lunch break, it is hard to catch a fish every lunch break. So it's nice when I do catch a fish. But thanks for watching, and y'all have a great day.